Timing for that was pretty nice. We both got to run to refresh ourselves as well as get the vetoes sorted. So we'll be starting on Odyssey for this best of 3. It's the winner's match, so don't worry. Your favorite Protoss is getting through no matter what. But it's all going to matter who goes on to fight against Bly in that group finals.
They get through to... There's actually no way to actually combine the two. Because one of them gets through to win, but the other one gets through to another chance.
To win.
To win, yeah. But,
Alright, well, folks, we're getting into game number 1. It's the winner's match of this Corsair Cup Group B. Spawning in the lower right side, we have the blue Protoss from Team Liquid, MaNa. And we've seen this guy kill Zest.
On top left, as the red Protoss, it is ShoWTimE. I don't know. MaNa killed Zest, but of his own admittance, because it was cross-server.
Yeah, I mean, it's a silly statement to make, but it also was, I think, regardless of Zest's capabilities or lag or whatever, it was just a statement to really say, though, MaNa has some pretty good PvP. This isn't a guy I think we're going to see slack, but as we've been talking about all day, ShoWTimE is definitely like one of the best players. So no matter how good your PvP is, you're still measuring up against a dude like this.
Yeah, I think of PvP, and I'm thinking of ShoWTimE and Neeb. I mean, Neeb more so because there's a historic run of Kespa Cup against so many Protosses, but then there's the Austin games that were very back and forth and kind of re-cemented Neeb as a Protoss god, but also a PvP god as well. So. Is he going to Valencia as well? I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, the dude has made so much money, he can afford to chill. And his WCS points have pretty much already guaranteed him to BlizzCon, honestly.
All he does is StarCraft, though. Like, he would just be bored chilling.
See, I feel the same way. I don't know that I could take a real vacation. You're like, hey, Rifka, you just went on an all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii. I'm going to be like, great, how's the Wi-Fi there?
Well, that's the first thing everyone asks. I do wonder, because even when I go to Ocean City, like, I've never gone to a vacation by myself, like, expenses too, right? Because one thing I go to a beach and, like, chill, and it's another to go to a beach and then, like, get your massage and go to, like, the nice dinners and the nice beach that isn't overcrowded and smelly or whatever else your vacation includes, right? But that's that. I've never done that, and I probably never will.
Yeah, not my cup of tea, at least. Maybe once I take on a lover.
You're gonna take them to like Bahamas.
I was trying to do like a Zap Branning in there. I don't know. I came through well enough. But by the way, we missed it during the break. Thank you, 47is. He stabbed the boss 5 times for 100 bits each. And I love that he used our channel. Cheers for it. This is where I think like the weapons get even better. When the bit boss is like actually a bit boss. Like, he's got powers and like he's actually a monster. I like that a lot. Daedalus was also a Twitch Prime sub we missed earlier. 6 months in a row. Rebel Dragon 86 for the year that we talked about, and I think that should be everybody that we missed. But of course, if you guys want to get in on the bot, you want to buy some mystery bags and give some to the chat. Maybe you want to give chat a bunch of robs and watch everyone like steal each other's shit. Type in !GatherBot and it's the give tab. It's kind of cool. You can also meme there. I can see all your memes. But dank memes aside, ShoWTimE takes a really good start to the Stalker fight.
Which is pretty important. MaNa is going to try and pressure with Stalkers into Blink Stalker pressure. It's kind of an interesting opener just because neither of them went for Adepts, which is understandable for MaNa, with as many Blink Stalkers as possible, but ShoWTimE, he could have. Didn't. So while MaNa was doing a great job scouting and so was ShoWTimE, neither of them were really worried about getting scouted, and the Nexus, the lack thereof, was not scouted by ShoWTimE.
Oh, that's a really good point. I was going to talk about how like MaNa took a slight edge because of the Stalker trade out, especially with this one being at less than half health. But yeah, never confirming Nexus being up or not seeing the proxy pylon. This could get really spicy for ShoWTimE.
Yeah. Does he have a Mothership Core? Where is she? In the main. He has no idea what MaNa was doing, and unfortunately it was a frontal attack. But she's coming over now. There's no blitz on the pylon looking for ShoWTimE.
Yeah, MaNa didn't realize that would have been an open target. I think he would have gone for it, right? But now the overcharge pops and the stalkers walk away. Wait for shields to regen. Takes 10 seconds out of combat. Fun fact.
Yeah. I do wonder if this will be successful. There's still a couple more overcharges, and ShoWTimE's really just trying to buy time for that immortal. It is Blink, though, and that's going to provide a lot of health.
Yep, keeps that really stalker alive.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's going to get some important units, but I don't know if he can break ShoWTimE.
A couple of good trades. Bait out the wrong force fields. Get the overcharge. Dive for the sentries. It's a little bit risky. He starts losing some of his stalkers for it.
Yeah, I wondered if he was going to die if, like, Blink died for it, but Calm uses it to micro. There is an immortal, but it's not protected by very much. And MaNa's going to start trying to pull the army apart with some Adept Shades.
I like this, actually. Yeah, just transfer through to the main. Because no matter what it is, whether it's an overcharge or a couple of stalkers, he pulls all the probes in response to this. He wants to clean up what's here and now, knowing full well that he's going to have trouble in the main.
Yeah. Not too bad of a spot for the Shades either. The Adepts can't be surrounded by the probes. Not that they would do that good of a job against them in the first place. For that overcharge, that's the last overcharge.
It really wants that immortal. He commits way too much for that, though.
Maybe. It is the... Wait, did another immortal just pop out?
Yep.
Oh, it did. Ooh. Okay, yeah. That might have been too much.
Yep, barriers coming up, too. That immortal's got that extra 100 health, essentially good to go. ShoWTimE's been mining from his natural base a lot longer. He's got better probe count. This is definitely looking better for him, despite the damage MaNa's done. But you know what? I don't know whether this ends the game or not. I gotta applaud MaNa, though. I thought he did a great job here with the aggression.
Almost made it work. It was close. But MaNa, his one buff here is that he has... Well, I mean, his army supply is a little bit bigger. No, it's not. No, it's ShoWTimE's. Never mind. It's that he has Blink, but ShoWTimE's about to have Blink, and he already has all this reduction from his Robo and Immortals. MaNa is in a bad position, and I don't know if he can hold on long enough to bring it to like a charge versus Blink game or wherever. His follow-up plan seems to be his charge.
Well, charge is actually going to be great against something like the Immortals. The stalkers will just blink away after they get charged, of course. But I don't know. The fact that he's down in supply, his income's hurting a little bit, despite matching his opponent on probes. It's just that later start to mining, right? In fact, the income... The income graph, even after pulling all the probes off of mining, still goes back in favor of ShoWTimE afterwards.
Oh. Well, ShoWTimE's not going to end the game by going across the map, although he might have been able to. And he is getting his own charge, not too far behind MaNa's.
Yeah, is MaNa's not chronoed and ShoWTimE's is? Yeah. I was like, that's catching up real quick on that production tab.
That is a little... Yeah, I guess... Just chrono on the Robo on a Nexus, because he still hasn't rounded out his probe count. Well, nice split of units. ShoWTimE wants to get back some of that map control, too, with his own Blink Stalkers, so they're moving out to the Xel'Naga, just leaving the rest of the army back at home, in case MaNa had circumvented his army, which would have been the case.
But we're going to have a bit of discrepancy in builds here. He'll catch the Stalkers in the middle of the map and try to get a decent fight, but... ShoWTimE's laying on for Archons. He's getting that +1. MaNa, in the meantime, is actually going for Disruptors, which I think is going to be very favorable.
Disruptors are always tricky against charge lots. If they hit the charge lots while they're clumped, amazing, but it's really difficult to do because they just charge literally right at the Disruptors. And while Disruptors can't kill themselves or each other, there's a lot of units usually around them, so... It can be risky. This
is really great the way he's been catching the Stalkers. I mean, if ShoWTimE had drawn all the army this way while he was attacking, MaNa would be screwed right now. But MaNa cleaning up that means there's not going to be the harass. In fact, there's not enough Stalkers left to one-shot probes anymore. An awkward juke is a juke nonetheless.
I'm so close to successfully juking him out. But you know what? It's really all the Stalkers of MaNa over here. So ShoWTimE warps in a couple more units and is pushing to the middle of the map with 5 Immortals.
I kind of feel like it's okay to let that go. Like if he had committed to the attack, I don't think MaNa would have wanted to. Like a cancel would have just been so much better for him. I don't know. Second Robo's on the way. He's gonna be starting to really pump out those Disruptors.
ShoWTimE's not like he was a little bit down in army supply, still is. So even though his army's very strong, he might not have won. And without a Warp Prism, I think it is always questionable to commit or a recall. I guess either one. And ShoWTimE also threw down 2 Stargates, so was that ever really going to be a committal? Doesn't seem like it.
This is kind of cool though. I like this. Archons, I think, and charge lots are really just a great composition in general, but the reason they don't work is because of the disruptors. So how do you deal with the disruptors? Without going your own disruptors, you get Phoenix. And I really like ShoWTimE's idea behind this, but the question is, did it come too late? The Immortals are force fielded. They're great fighting units, but the disruptor's going to get a hit on 3 of them. Now you can focus fire them down. Barrier's gone too. This is looking real bad for ShoWTimE.
Yeah, all the Immortals are shooting at the charge lots, and while the charges finally go down, so many of the Stalkers manage to live. The other very powerful army of ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE might hold, but it also might take a lot of probe losses.
If he does hold, it's one of those at what cost moments. He's cleared up most of the main army. Oh, he shaves past his own Stalkers. That was close and tight.
Seemed unnecessary.
ShoWTimE
had probes to lose, so while he loses 13, he's only down by 3.
Yeah, but that being said, he's also exhausted his army. Yeah, exactly. When he's left with our Phoenix that they can lift up one thing at a time. GG. MaNa takes game number 1.
Well done.
I'm impressed. I know MaNa is always a guy who could use the confidence boost where he can get it too, so nice to see. But it is only map number 1. See if he can follow through, or maybe ShoWTimE brings it back. Either way, I have to actually go phone somebody really quick, guys, so I'm injecting an ad break where we wouldn't normally have one. I'm super sorry. BRB. Alright, folks, we're back. Thanks for watching that break. Big thank you to Salty Dog for the Twitch Prime sub, as well as Poorly Informed for 38 months. I don't care if there's no need for the shout-out. You still get one.
Man, I lost my super cute post-it notes.
What was so super cute about them?
Look at them.
I'll get my camera back up. Well, if you lost it, then how do you have it?
That's one post-it note. Supposed to do all the work of post-it notes?
Sorry, Your Majesty. Didn't realize you could afford a whole pack of post-it notes.
I did.
Must be nice.
I lost them.
I gotta take my post-it notes and cut them into strips to preserve them, so you get more use out of each page.
I mean, look, did you see it? It wasn't a very, efficient post-it note in the first place, okay? That's clearly someone who had an extra $1 in their pocket.
Alright, we're hopping into game number 2 here in the winner's match. 2 of these players will go through to the playoffs. Their opponents, though, are not easy. It's Nerchio and Snoot waiting for them in the semifinals. However, kicking off game number 2 to see who fights, at least against, I think, shoot, who won the last group? I have to go look it up. I can't remember if it was Snoot or Nerchio. Well, either way, top left side. He leads 1-0 here and now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Liquid MaNa. Liquid MaNa.
The bottom right. It's the red Protoss.
You would not be good at ASMR.
It's ShoWTimE. I mean, that was never one of my goals in life, so I don't have much to say to that.
It was never one of my goals in life to have a fan hand me a piece of Popeye's chicken hot and ready after stepping off of a stage. But that happened and fulfilled my dream come true.
Wait, you didn't dream of that?
No, but it's like, oh, it was my dream as of 5 minutes ago, okay?
I'm pretty sure you have dreamed of that.
I have dreamed of Popeye's chicken, but never of a fan handing me a piece, because I don't know that there's many fans I would trust taking a random piece of chicken from.
There's a part of that there's actually multiple parts of that scenario that you like, though, like fans and chicken and Popeyes. ASMR, I don't get on many levels. So
I know how. Here's how you get on board with ASMR: realizing that even ugly girls get hundreds of thousands of views for whispering into a microphone equates to money, and I think you like money.
I mean, it's okay.
It's alright.
If I really wanted money, we would have gone
my parents had a
like,
lot. I didn't need it growing up, so I'm not really attached to it like most people are, you know.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? But I'm just saying, if I needed money, I would have gone the path of cleavage and, bullshit a long time ago, alright?
Well, what makes you think ASMR is bullshit, though?
If I needed money, that was an entirely different sentence. Because you said I would do it if I wanted money, and I was like, if I wanted money, I could do a lot of things.
Okay, I'm just not equating how, work equates to borderline heading down the route of prostitution.
Well, I feel like you're equating them when they're actually being equatable. I'm just like, I could do a lot of things, work and not work, but if I'm not interested in either, because the goal is something I'm not interested in, then what does it matter? I feel like it's getting a little too
Let's just buy a
complicated.
lottery ticket in the conversation. There you go. Easy money with a
Okay.
bit of luck. He's gonna
All
catch
right.
the probe. This is really nice, actually. It's still gonna plant the pylon now, but there's no way this actually gets finished in time. Unless, actually, MaNa's pretty close to 4 stalkers. No. No way.
Cancelled. Well, MaNa does need to give a little bit of pressure here, so it actually catches the stalkers, which might not be such a bad trade, but without a second pylon immediately following it up, it's questionable.
Stalker over here still policing some of the adepts. ShoWTimE not going to sneak in without him knowing, but MaNa also doesn't really have a lot in position to catch this.
Depths can do a lot of damage.
Oh,
3
there-
gateways are finishing up.
There's a 100% chance I am reading that message on stream, but later. I just saw the first sentence, that's it.
Yeah.
The adepts get cleaned up. 6 probes die, though. Nice damage here by ShoWTimE.
Yeah. MaNa did send another pylon probe out, I guess, and is already on his way to building a gateway.
It's funny, this is a really unconventional spot, though. I don't know that ShoWTimE would look for this here. Like, you would certainly look along the edges of the map, but not in this weird middle part.
Well, ShoWTimE was already kind of slapped for trying to scout in the first place. His adepts helped make up for losing 2 stalkers, but was it enough, really? Because it still is more army that he let die. The Immortal is very strong. Ooh.
Oh, I love the hallucinated Immortal. I think that's an awesome choice. Let's see if MaNa falls for it. No barrier. Man,
Yeah,
those
that
used to
went
get
down
hard in shield.
pretty
Feels bad,
fast.
man.
Yeah. Gets a sentry as well as Lucid Immortal and gets out. It's not too shabby. But he did waste a lot of shots on a fake Immortal.
That being said, though, he also just, with the probe count being as low as it is, he's not going to have the same production. ShoWTimE is, at some point, going to eclipse him. Like, he's not just matching him in army supply with defensive overcharges. He'll be able to take him. Looks like several people in chat are now working together to dethrone Riomar. Riomar must fall. Teamwork, sheeple!
Ooh,
Oh, that
he
blinked to the
almost
main.
got the sentry in time.
That was really close, but still, I don't know, going to be enough. Like, the stalkers come in, sure, but there's damage on top with the Immortals. GG.
That was quick.
That was quick. But, more bits coming in. Thank you guys for making it rain on our behalf. CPP Maniac really wants to make sure Riomar goes down. You know, I'm impressed that you guys killed him once today. I really don't know if you could kill him twice in one stream. Like, I think Riomar started the stream today with 1,000-something health, but he had like 9,000 as the cap. Like,
A lot of health.
a lot of health. Okay, we are hopping. Oops, let me join a few. I keep clicking the French guy whose name is like right above you on my friends list. How dare other people host tournaments at the same time as us so I can accidentally misclick the real ID join?
Imro?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know this. Now I know the order of things.
Well, it's HIJK, like alphabet on my friend list.
Why did you emphasize the I? H-I-J?
Because that's Imro.
I thought you were emphasizing that I would be below him. I guess both emphases work. Emphasize?
Emphasis.
Emphasis.
Oh, I hate that. All right, guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. Tied up now 1-1. Saying who advances on. In the top left, we do have the blue Protoss, Team Liquid's MaNa.
In the bottom right has the red Protoss. It is ShoWTimE.
So, MaNa lost that last game. But that was another one where, like, almost worked. Like, there's a scenario out there where ShoWTimE doesn't scout that pylon. MaNa doesn't get hiccuped in. The adepts don't catch him off guard. Like, there's a lot of ways that could have gone right for him. So it's not like a build order loss by any means. But I feel ShoWTimE's defenses, even though he lost game 1, were really good. They were really tight in game 2. It's going to be really difficult for MaNa to be the aggressor, I feel.
Yeah. He's already used similar openers twice in a row. So I don't know if it's really the plan to do it again. It could be. He obviously likes taking control at the very least, but you do have to do a certain amount of damage to really be worth committing that hard to it.
I pulled out Boots of River Dancing. Do you like River Dance?
No. Although I was friends He was a really nice person in high school with like a national river dancer.
I didn't actually believe that it was a real thing for a long time. I thought it was just the movie/TV thing.
No, it's totally a real thing, man.
Well, it's
cultural heritage.
It's like, okay, so you remember the Can girls?
Yeah.
Big frilly shirt. Like, that's not really a real thing anymore, but it was. That's what I thought river dancing was.
I have no idea what can is or is not anymore. Maybe it is. We just don't know about it. It's kind of like I don't know.
The underground can dancers of France.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you that might be a thing. We don't know about it because like people don't really know about like I forget what it's called, man. I can't explain it more than just like it's stepping and clapping in unison. But like I know it doesn't. Okay, whatever. Anyways, it was really big in my high school as well. But like I didn't know of the thing.
I absolutely love this idea you've created. Like it's not even silly to me. It's awesome. We're like. It wouldn't be an American culture that would like it because it's old and boring to us, but some other cultures picked it up.
I'm not gonna drunk. Oh, on the hot scale, I'm a 10, baby.
Shout out to whoever donated. We'll check that in a sec. But like some other culture, like something like Korea has found this like American form of dance that's old and not been seen in a while. So they start exercising the can, but they make it sexy because it's K-pop dancers, right? So now you've got this like super sexy can dance. Like I could get down with that.
You know that Koreans are apparently like the world's best at swing dancing.
Did not know that. Today I
learned. Not even a troll. Yeah, I was just talking to some like swing dancer fan. I thought she was trolling me, but she like had no idea about StarCraft and that it was the exact same scenario where like they enter a competition, you might as well just leave.
Wow.
Like, wow. Okay.
Today I learned as well. Big thank you to Starburner_SC2, $10 coming in with that zombie grab quote, but also deals a lot of damage to Riomar, taking a big notch out of his HP.
Well, there is a little bit of aggression here, but not nearly as dedicated as the past two games. Both of them expanding, both of them getting tech. Still no toilet console for ShoWTimE? Still no.
You know, ShoWTimE's not been... There it is now. I was going to say, he's not really been dependent on timings, though, through both his wins and losses. It's been more about the Immortals and the unit production than, like, clutch blink timing or clutch charge lots.
No. He was only so far behind. Which was not far at all.
It's also not a bad thing either. I think there are some upgrades, like if you're really far behind a warp gate, like that sort of thing can screw you. Being a bit behind on blink, well, you just take the defensive stance with Immortals, and you're like, okay, cool, you got blink. Stay away from my base. You can blink away, son.
ShoWTimE, well, I mean, obviously with MaNa being so aggressive in the last two games, has always gotten blink so much faster, but yeah, it's not that too big of a difference probably this game. It still is ShoWTimE committing faster to the Immortals.
6 save on that probe, by the way. A little bit of micro goes a long way.
Yeah. Emphasizing the Immortals, so he will have the higher Immortal counts.
Yeah, I like this play out of him, though, and I think that's why he's been such a difficult player to break. Also,
well, if they're going to play safe on 2 bases, I imagine I'll get to a third pretty quickly.
I don't know if I like this bot anymore, because someone earlier got the knife with my home address, and then Regiltus just got a framed picture of my feet. But, like, who took the picture, and why is it framed?
I don't know.
I feel like, you know, if someone's like, oh, yeah, I snuck a picture of your feet while you're sleeping, bro, ha, 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 I'm like, whatever. Oh, this is cool. But then you tell me you framed it. I'm like, that's so fucking weird. But a hidden dark shrine. This is a really cool move out of MaNa, because everything else he's doing looks like, okay, it's disruptors. It's the normal way to play. But ShoWTimE has cannons coming down. So he doesn't know about this at all, but he's taking precautions.
Yeah, it might just be realization of how the game is going. Again, probably 2 at least if they're at base, but definitely like later stages of PvP. It might just be there's bound to be something, whether it's Warp Prism or Dark Shrine from another Protoss player.
So wants to know if they can cheer to heal Riomar. The answer is yes. What you do is you heal him all the way down to 0, and then let him take it back and be at full health. Oh, did you see the warp prism? I guess he just barely missed it. Okay, this warp prism's gonna sneak on by ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE might not need to worry about this just yet. He's got detection at home, but a couple of charge lots takes out cannons, and there's no detection in the natural. So I really think this Dark Shrine is gonna be a big bugger of a problem for him. His detection's over here too with the observer. It's a bit tallywhacker, no good. Ragamuffin.
It's a bit tallywhacker.
Oh,
You see verbs as adjectives and adjectives as nouns. Alright, so that actually looks like a very scary area for ShoWTimE, but then MaNa brought in the reinforcements and it was not so bad, and it said there's no detection of the natural, so this was perfect for MaNa.
I mean, again, this cannon's in the main, so this won't get too out of hand. The observer's being made as we speak, but this drives off a whole base of mining. It might even kill a Nexus, I don't know. Looks to shut down probes at the third. No probes to shut down at the third. This was such a sneaky and cool attack out of MaNa, and the best part is he's got a follow-up. He's going disruptors. So it's not like this was everything he was relying on. End of game.
He just assumed that there was going to be Observer coming. There was. I don't think he gets the Nexus, but it was a little bit late to the party.
Ooh, bit of a pause.
I thought it was a GG. What?
Zombie Glen 6. I mean, the P's are like kind of in lowercase g's. That little tail butt part.
Tail butt part.
Only a referee can unpause the game.
Game resumed.
Stupid referee thing.
Yeah. I see it being great for official matches. It's so annoying for everything else. DT is still being very annoying, though. He did clean up and push out the ones in the natural, but there's also a full-on push coming with this now, too. Disruptor in tow, a lot of Stalkers, and even an Immortal. So with the Archon to break force fields, I'm favoring MaNa's army quite a bit, but overcharges are a hell of a thing. He's going to snipe the Mothership Core, though. Still has to deal with 2 overcharges.
The pylons went down pretty quickly, but they did a lot of damage. They bought some time.
Nice pickup on the Disruptor.
Yeah. MaNa realizes how badly that was going to go and tries to get out as soon as possible, but that was a nice pickup on the Disruptor. The point is, MaNa still has a army supply lead, and ShoWTimE only has that one upgrade, which might not trump the upgrade, or the army supply lead, so... Is MaNa really going to dedicate to another push?
I mean, he's in a pretty great spot back at home. But he might not feel satisfied and think like, okay, ShoWTimE is probably ahead of me, so like I gotta get damage done. And if he's misreading that, like after losing that first attack, and he overcommits, this could be really bad. He's got a really interesting army though. The Archons are gonna be strong, so the Immortals aren't gonna be that big of an issue. The Disruptors potentially have a lot of damage, but as we saw, quick scoop up of the Phoenix cancels the shot.
Oh, ShoWTimE should not be playing with fire by trying to go down that ramp.
Especially underwater.
Yeah. I mean, you just can't play with fire underwater, so...
Well, think about the intensity of the heat you need for fire to work underwater. They have that for blowtorches and stuff.
Interesting.
Or welding torches, excuse me.
Anyway, I was going to say MaNa could at the very least deny a 4th base while taking his own, but he is looking for the win.
He's got to be really careful with this Disruptor shot. So he knows the Phoenix are just waiting to cancel, so he waits till the Phoenix back away. Fires away the first shot, not too bad. Second one goes in. It doesn't detonate. Big deny with the Phoenix grab.
MaNa also went in right before charge, so while the Zealots eventually met the army, they didn't have the nice boost.
There's also a big +2 discrepancy.
Yeah, that did affect the fight from the get-go. So MaNa took the worst trade there. I think ShoWTimE just needs a couple more weapons himself. It's still pretty even on the army supply, but yeah, those upgrades I think are now much more important. Before it was like 10-15 army supply, now it's 0 army supply damage.
Yeah, the Disruptor shots are the big equalizing force. You don't have upgrades, fine. The Disruptor still kills like everything. Without Disruptors, this is falling apart on MaNa for his push.
So many good units for ShoWTimE against what's going to be left here. Only Stalkers against 4 Immortals and 3 Archons. Yeah,
MaNa's been beaten to a pulp. The only thing he's really got going from are DTs, which I feel like are going to be futile. There are cannons in every base now. He learned from that first attack. This is pretty bad for MaNa. Down in upgrades, down in supply. Down in bases now, too, with the 4th being slapped down. Big shouts to Husky21. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
Oh my god, it's Husky, guys.
H to the Husky. Uh-oh. How long's he been gone? 21 years. Name makes
Everyone
perfect
begging to come
sense.
back. Oh, well, MaNa continuing to lose outs here. He's at 4th base, now probes. And army supply. He's gotta hope disruptors are the magical units, but with Phoenixes, it's not as big of a hope.
Yeah, I feel bad. MaNa's fairly limited on his what he can really do here. I do like that he's still trying to play this out about as smart as he could, though. 4th base on the way. He's not going to fall too far behind in that regard, but this is where we see a big dive in tech difference, right? ShoWTimE throwing down that fleet bacon. Hoping to make some carrier pancakes.
There's something about them that's pancakey other than maybe their color.
Making bacon pancakes. Making bacon can. Actually, you could argue the Interceptors kind of are little chefs. I could see them with like little chef hats.
Okay. I could see, yeah. I can also see like a Zerg
cooking up destruction. Actually, Zealots had the chef hat in Iron Chef.
Yeah. Yes, they did. What a game.
Hey, is this a thing with the skins? Didn't they for a while remove the Zealot ponytail because of what happened in the events of Legacy of the Void?
Did they?
They did. I remember. So it's
Did they just put him back in? We didn't notice, or is it the skin?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm gonna actually go back to some bots and look into this because I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, that's cool. The multiplayer like affected single player, blah blah blah." But unless I'm taking crazy pills, I'm willing to admit I'm taking crazy pills. I'm kind of a crazy guy.
I feel like someone mentioned it at one point, but I didn't bother thinking. I didn't think it was super cool, so I didn't bother remembering.
Everyone's trying to bleed the ketchup out of Riamar. He's got about a half a bar of ketchup. Keep pouring it in, guys. Little pokes and stabs here and there. Of course, if anybody wants to purchase their own mystery bags or donate to the channel, you'll also deal damage to them, as a reminder. If we're really looking to kill them.
Really want to stab him? Right and good.
That was my attempt to sell out best I could. I know it wasn't a good one. I admit it.
Right. That's alright. You get a Daylex 85 for the 5-month resub.
Whoop, whoop, with Twitch Prime, too. But okay, it's been a little bit of an awkward stall. MaNa has started to play catch-up a bit here, but it is still +3 weapons to +1. Mothership's going to add a lot to this fight. In fact, the Cloak saves a lot of the units that were hit with Disruptors, but the second round of Disruptors take out the Immortals. MaNa's backing up. Disruptors in the sky. I still don't think he can take this fight, but that was a really good engagement for him, at least to start. Oh, Mothership's getting focused down.
All of MaNa's units are really going to derping out.
Yeah.
Now they're focusing on other things. But that militia didn't even go down.
Charge lots dive into that front line, and with the Archons pretty much removed, only one remains. MaNa might not be able to deal with charge lots. Warp Prism's ready to warp in too, but neither player has a lot of money right now. Upgrades still, though, in these head-on engagements will favor ShoWTimE every single time. But if MaNa can get those Disruptors off, if they're not picked up and canceled, he's got a lot of very explosive power in his army.
Yeah. Well, MaNa not just, turning over dead here. I thought he might be after his attack did not work out as well as he was hoping for, but still an uphill climb. Got upgrades to catch up, and now ShoWTimE has that +1 shield even for those Archons.
Catch up, you say? Poor Riamar.
Yeah, a lot of catch up. I don't even have ketchup.
Ketchup and liquor.
That's gross.
That was always that dumb game when I was a kid.
What kind of game was that?
You would say, no matter what I say, respond with ketchup and liquor. What'd you have for breakfast? Ketchup and liquor. What'd you do to food? And then it finally comes down to, oh, what about that cute girl you like? If you see her walking down the street, what do? Ketchup and liquor.
That is stupid. You're right.
Well, yeah.
Well, it seems like MaNa being aggressive is just not what's going to work out for him. Takes an okay defensive fight on his side of the map and feels confident enough to try and do something about ShoWTimE's 5th and just loses the fight straight up.
Yeah, losing the Disruptor is pretty bad. I mean, granted, MaNa had a bank and he just warped in reinforcements, so his army supply is still not out of this yet, but it's still like +2 weapons now versus 3-1. There's even plasma shields available here for the Archons.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank you to 616 Pancakes, or 6L6? 6I6. Thank you, Pancakes.
Thank you. I would like pancakes, but I have to go to someplace very special to get pancakes. just sold in restaurants. There's no IHOP in Korea.
The ingredients at the grocery store? Is that a special place?
No. I bet if I tried to find pancakes in Korea, like pancake mix, it would be Korean pancake mix because they're sweet.
Actually,
and it has, like, the stuff inside of it.
I feel like you find crepes everywhere you go, not pancakes.
That too. I feel like I just would not find good old, like, Jiffy pancakes, you know what I mean?
Where do I get some Aunt Jemima around here? I mean, seriously.
Well, hey, I've never seen syrup. Look at that.
Dude, you're going to be in California for a couple days. I'm just saying, hit up the grocery store on your way back.
I mean, honestly, when I was in Toronto,
Whoa! I forgot about this guy.
I kept on, like, thinking, like, I should eat something that's, like, you know, not Korean. It's I'm not going to be able to.
I'm not going to lie. I was actually really sad that we were too tired and ran too late to go to the Korean barbecue place.
I bet he wasn't there anyways. He never is.
Well, watch it. He would have been. That would have been the one time he would have been.
He would have given us all the lollipops, and I still would have been so happy.
So he's like, he's not like our husbando. He's like our wage foo.
Wage foo. Sounds like a wise guy about wages. Wise guy.
It's a martial arts style. I know wage foo. Right. Speaking of wait foo, we waited foo that game to end, and finally it did with a victory going to ShoWTimE.
Good one.
If there's one talent I'm gonna have coming out of this whole casting thing years later, it's like I'm gonna be really good at segues.
I really hope you put that on your resume.
I would like. Can you imagine you like applying to like a Fortune 500 company? You're like, under talents you have segueing, what, like riding the vehicles, and I'd be like, no, like riding my way into this job.
If they ask you what talent you meant by segue, you're going to say, well, I know how to spell, too, because there's two different ways to spell, you dumb hoe.
Look, 3 talents displayed at once. I can ride a Segway, I can make a Segway, and I can spell the word Segway. Come at me. S-E-G-U-E.
Oh, God.
All right, well, we're going to be hopping into the finals of the group. Congratulations to ShoWTimE, who advances on. I'm actually Corsair Cup. Where's the team liquid here? I'm really curious who ShoWTimE goes on against. Let me go look up the Wikipedia real quick. Snoot finished first in the group, so he'll no wait. Yeah, Snoot finished first in the group, so it'll be ShoWTimE versus Snoot. No wait, they both finished first. It was ShoWTimE versus Nurchio. What am I saying? I know how seeding works. ShoWTimE versus Nurchio, and then the winner of this next series will fight against Snoot in the playoffs.
There we go.
Gotta use my noggin. But alright, MaNa versus Bly rematch. It was a pretty interesting first series of the day. I can't imagine we'll get a repeat, but definitely favoring MaNa after watching those games.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, well, commercial break coming at you guys. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Hopefully the game ready to go.